baby bird video. He's probably not gonna stay. Beau, you look like you're gonna go to the foraging tree. Oh, dinosaur tail. Dinosaur tail. Yeah, not gonna stay. Well, hi everybody, this is Jamieleigh from BirdTricks, and that was Beau, a baby blue and gold macaw that I'm currently working with for a client and raising. Oh, you're back. And today's video is about how to get your baby bird to bathe. And believe it or not, Beau is a baby bird. Even though he looks big and he looks full grown, he's a baby. He's still young and he is fresh off of trying to wean, so he's not even weaned yet. That's how much of a baby you are. But as you can see, he is fully feathered. So he's got all of his feathers, and that's a big part and plays a huge role in getting baby birds to be able to take a bath. You wanna stay here? Oh, real nice.
Did you know that there's several dozen things that you can do in the bird's first year of its life to put these beautiful things into rescues for the rest of their life?
We just created a baby bird course, so check out the link in the description if you feel like you need help setting your baby bird up for success. But in the meantime, enjoy this baby bird related video. Do you want to play with a toy or are you going to go fly around? Look like you're going to go fly around. You got a toy? Playing with toys. You'll probably drop it and then fly. Yeah, okay. Beau! Awesome. This is what it's like having a baby bird. Do you want me to hold you? You want me to hold you? You want to go play on a tree? Why don't you play on a tree? Ready? No, we're gonna go to the tree. Ready? Good boy. Good job. So he'll probably be back. But hopefully for a little bit, he will fly between trees for right now. So, fingers crossed. All right, so there's some key tips to succeeding with teaching a baby bird to accept bathing. Now, there's not much to this because naturally and instinctively, birds should enjoy bathing outside and in nature. It's something that they would like doing. So unless they've had a traumatic experience about it, they don't just hatch hating water or thinking that water is evil. A lot of the times it's been misused, which is why people are trying to get their birds to like water. But if you're starting with a clean slate and a baby, they're not gonna think it's evil unless you present it as scary or anything but nice and comfortable. Now, the one key thing when you're conditioning your bird to first accept bathing is not to do it every single day and not to do it all the time. So end goal is, yes, your bird ideally is bathing every day, but that's not where you start. That's the finish line. So don't put pressure on yourself of having to bathe your baby bird every single day. For example, I've had Beau for 2 weeks and he's had 2 baths in that amount of time. And that makes it seem like really minimal. And the reason it's been so few and far between is just because I'm waiting for an ideal opportunity to present the bathing, and both times I have, it's gone exceptionally well. So I've decided to go take a shower with Beau. So I'm gonna video as much of it as possible. So you don't know what's up. Here we go. I know what's going on. Okay, so I am going to start him actually further away from the water. Yep, you're gonna go on this side because you've never done this before. Alright, so he's not getting hit with water. This is his reaction. I'm gonna come in there with you. What do you think? He's like, I don't know. I don't know about this, human. Not a huge reaction though, so pretty cool. Oh, you're Good job. All right, very successful shower. Only one little mishap, which it was hard to tell if he was like getting anxious about the whole thing or if he's getting more into it. So anyway, yeah, but it's all good. And he's pretty wet, so he's definitely not soaked. Like he's wet enough for a first go. It's pretty awesome. You did very good. I'm very proud of you. See if he'll be more content to hang out while I get dressed for the day. All right. What do you think? You do a little shake? Yeah.
You give him a bath?
Yeah, I took him in the shower with me. He did pretty good. So I want to keep that streak going and keep the quality of those interactions as awesome. And I don't want to overdo it and have to undo stuff. Okay? Why don't you go play? Go play, baby. Ready? The tree. Ready? That wasn't the tree. Okay, we're just gonna do boomerangs instead. You just wanna stay here? Love you. You can stay here. I think you don't know what you want. I think he wants me to stop filming and go play. That's what I think. By play, I mean fly. Are you gonna fly at my face? At my head? Oh, look at that step up. That was a good step up. You guys going outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I just had Beau on the other tree and I was bathing him and I was getting a really good response. I'm gonna see if I can recreate it. Maybe it'll be better on the other tree. Oof. All right. So as a baby, it's natural for them to want to bathe. So I was using praise. Good boy. Good job, Beau. So anytime I get a bathing response, I'm like, woo, what a good boy. He's a little bit confused, he seems like. Lighting would probably be better from this way. Oh yeah. Oh, Beau. Good boy. Good job, Beau. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Good job. Does that feel good? Does that feel good? Oh, good boy. Good job. Oh, good boy. So all that bathing response, you really wanna, he's trying to get super close to the bottle. You really wanna find a reinforcer you can use since babies, oh my goodness, you can't use treats. Holy cow, my hand hurts already. But he seems to be liking it. And then bathing just becomes self-reinforcing where you don't necessarily have to use treats or anything like that. But if you do it where you're conditioning it from when they're young, they'll just enjoy it. Good boy. Good job. What a good guy. Look at you. You are all sorts of wet. Good job. And then I want to end the bath before he does. And some good stuff. Trying to step up. Go. Oh no! Wet bird. I know. It felt so good, right? Yeah. Good stuff. I got baby humans. I got baby birds flying in my head. Oh my goodness. Okay. We should maybe see if you're receptive to a bath for this video. What do you think? Would you be okay with that?
Mommy, I don't have an extra one. Can I borrow one of yours and you can use this?
Don't you have the green one? Where is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, hold on, because that's okay, we got rid of little humans. Let's try this. Okay, so I'm just gonna demo what this is gonna look like. And if he's receptive, cool, you get to see a baby bird accepting a bath. And if he's not receptive, then you're gonna understand what not receptive behavior looks like. Yeah, you got me. He's been trying, and then you wiped your baby weaning food on my ear. Okay, I'm gonna go get the bottle. Oh, sorry, excuse me, sir. Do you wanna take a bath? Now you gotta keep in mind with baby birds, you gotta find other reinforcers other than food usually, because food is not that powerful, but praise is, petting usually is. You wanna take a bath? Wanna take a bath? What a good boy, what a good boy. So that could have been shaking it off in irritants, or it could have been a first bathing response. And he has the ability to fly off if he's really uncomfortable. What do you think? Oh, what a good boy. What a good boy, Beau. Good boy, Beau. Good boy, Beau. You out of here? Yeah, he's out of here. So what I try to make sure that I do is heavy on the praise when I'm getting a bathing response. The tricky part is trying to tell between their shake if they're irritated and they're like, ooh, gross, get this off me, or if they're trying to get accustomed and starting to like the bathing. The first time that I got him to respond to the spray bottle, it was a little confusing. Like he was somewhat like, I think I like it, and somewhat, I'm not sure if I like it, and it eventually turned into loving it, and you can see it used almost my entire bottle. The first time that I introduced him to the shower was a little bit iffy. He wanted to be with me, but he wasn't sure what was really going on, but he also didn't get that wet. So there's a little mix. Do you wanna come back? Do you want to come back? You want me to come over there? Beau. Another thing is going back to what was last successful. I've never bathed him on this perch before. The last time I successfully bathed him was actually when he was high up on one of my foraging trees. So I might actually go back to that, except he looked like he wanted to come. Beau, you want to come over here? Or do you want me to come to you? So I'm gonna see if he's receptive to it on the foraging tree. And this will probably be might be my last attempt. He wasn't on this exact foraging tree when I last tried. He was on this one. So if he flies over to that one, I might try one last time before giving up. Can I give you a bath? Nope. So I'm gonna take that as a no, right? I'm gonna take that as a no. That you don't want a bath right now. You don't want a bath right now. And that's okay. He is a little bit wet, so I would still count that as having a bath because of how much I was able to spray him. Like his whole head and his body here and even his tail's a little damp. But because he's flying off and uninterested, I'm gonna respect that and not push it. Now, if I were to, yeah, yum, yum. If I were to just chase him around and be like, no, you have to bathe anyway, that's what will condition him to start associating water and bathing with something terrible of an experience, and that will make it something that you have to untrain later on and make sure that he likes. So you want to be really, really respectful of whether or not they're receptive to it and accepting of that. Okay? So since you guys got to see this body language and see what it looks like for him to not really be receptive to bathing, I'm going to show you what it looks like for him to be receptive to bathing and show you what happened a couple days ago when I offered to bathe him on the foraging tree. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. What a big weaning bird you are. What a big boy feeding yourself. So this is just him eating my seasonal feeding system, which is held together with sweet potato as its binding ingredient to kind of give that give that familiar texture to his formula, so he's really receptive to it. But this is cold, so unlike his formula, which is warm when he eats it, this food is straight out of the fridge. So it's good for him to get accustomed to eating colder in temperature food. So if you have tiny baby birds, you may not be relating to this so much. Tiny birds or really small birds such as conure size, budgie size, lovebird size, parrotlet, when you're getting teeny tiny, those birds tend to naturally bathe against wet grasses. So if you can get wheatgrass and just give it a spray mist bath and get it nice and wet for your bird to enjoy, usually they'll rub themselves over it or run across it. You can do it with any wet leafy greens, and that's kind of an easier way to bathe those smaller birds. Also, a shallow dish, they're usually a lot more receptive to that. I've had my budgie run around in the sink. You can pretty much try an array of different things and see what your bird is most receptive to, and then stay away from the things that it's not immediately receptive to. For example, I was talking about earlier how Beau wasn't as receptive in my shower, so that's something I will revisit and come back to, but I'm gonna focus on the spray bottle in the meantime because he's incredibly receptive to that. So the more I can work on that and the more positive interactions I have that way, I could eventually put him in my shower and use a spray bottle until eventually I can turn on the water and have him be more receptive to it. So just be really respectful of what your bird's telling you, and don't take it as a no, I'll never bathe my bird in my shower again because he didn't like it. It's more of, okay, I need to work on that, but not in the immediate. I can work on that down the road and know that it's something that I need to combat, but I'm going to work on these other things coming a little bit more naturally so I can use them as a tool to get where I want to go. If that makes sense. If you guys happen to cross this video, but you have a bird who already has had a traumatic experience with water and needs to be formally trained to accept it, please check out the playlist I'm going to link in my video description on all the videos that I have teaching birds that have had those bad experiences to accept bathing and even come to like it. Now keep in mind, you can use different reinforcers. You can use praise, petting, treats, all the things that you need to for your baby bird, but eventually bathing should be the reinforcer. It should just feel nice, the bird wants to do it, and it doesn't necessarily need it except for randomly for a secondary reinforcer.